Welcome to an episode of r/slash Entitled Parents, where we share stories of moms or dads thinking that because they have kids, they are entitled to everything. Kick back and enjoy what we're about to share with you, and at the end, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, on to the stories. And this story is posted by u/Dwanya Grandma Karen calls police and CPS on me for assaulting her grandchild. I colored her hair pink. I've been babysitting two little girls, 3 and 5, for over a year now. I know their parents since I was a child. I'm 21 now, and we get along very well. A month ago, I decided to dye my hair in a reddish-brown color. When I babysat them, they loved it. Their parents are quite okay with little girls playing with makeup and fashion, so when I was done babysitting, I asked Mom if I could bring some fun fashion things to play with the next time. That next time was last week. When I got there, I opened my beauty case and showed them what I got. Necklaces, costumes, hair ties, makeup, frozen perfume, and pink hair dye. I asked both of their parents if it was okay for me to dye their hair pink since it's their favorite color. I informed them that it was temporary hair dye designed for kids and it could be washed out immediately, so it was pretty much harmless. The parents laughed a bit with me and told me it was fine, but they specifically asked me to put them in a bath without washing their hair. I guess they wanted to see it the next morning. They said goodbye and told me that crazy butt grandma would come home around midnight to pay me la-di-da-di-da. Some amazing haute couture hours later, the doorbell rang. It was only around 9 p.m. and the girls were still awake. I put them in their bathrobes and night diapers. I was getting them ready for bed and put them in front of the TV and went to open the door. It was Grandma Karen. She was almost 3 hours early. Without even saying hello, she entered, almost knocking me over, and while walking to the living room, she opened her purse to get a 50-euro bill. As soon as she wanted to hand me the bill, she sees their pink hair and lost her darn marbles. What in the Jesus and Mary have you done to my babies? Oh, don't worry, we just played Fashionitis. It's okay, it can be washed out. Runs to girls and starts screaming hysterically. What has she done to your beautiful golden hair? Ma'am, it's okay. Mom and Dad know about it. Shut up. What do you even think you are to just come here and assault my babies? Proceeds to scream at me for a couple more minutes. This is child abuse. I'm calling the police on you, you effing child molester. Okay, so at this point, I started to freak out. Even though I knew I didn't do anything wrong, the thought of being interrogated made me almost spit my pants. She freaking held me hostage in the living room while continuing her screaming and moaning. She even wrinkled the 50-euro bill like toilet paper and shoved it down her pocket. Curse words after curse words left her mouth. OMG, I can't believe Mom would even hire someone like you. You probably have a criminal record, don't you? I hope you freaking get 20 years in prison, you racist slur. You ruined my baby's life. You traumatized them. This is child abuse. The police are on their way. Evil smirk. You will never find a job again. Oh, babies. Did that whip hurt you? She did, didn't she? OMG. Did she also cut it? I didn't. You've probably been assaulting them for months now, huh? Think about the most Karen you know. Double her age and shorten her hair. That was what I had to deal with for almost half an hour. Oh, and she also said that me coloring my hair like a prostitute was a bad influence for kids in general. Anyways, I was able to text the parents during her rant. They arrived not too long after the police and CPS officer. You can only imagine how they reacted, LOL, but they couldn't leave until the parents arrived to make sure everything was okay. Officers left. Mom and Dad freaked out. They kept apologizing to me. Mind you, this was happening all in front of the girls because Grandma Karen didn't let me put them in bed. Not only did she give me the most violent verbal attack I have ever seen, she also ruined the parents' date night. When I left to go home, I started crying LMAO. But hey, I got paid double that night and the girls' hair looked fabulous. P.S. Since she lied about me assaulting the girls and verbally attacked me, I can charge her for it. Police officer gave me his number to contact him if I wanted to. Should I though? I really want to put her in her place, but that would affect the parents and I love them so much. And this story is posted by u/Donya Update. Grandma Karen calls the police and CPS on me for assaulting her grandchild. I colored her hair pink. This is what happened a couple of months ago. Since Corona happened, I haven't seen them that much, but I have been babysitting a little bit the last couple of weeks. She happened to be at home when I went some weeks ago, and she gave me some ugly death stares, like, haha, Butch, I win. This triggered LOL me, so I called the officer back and went to the police station. The decision has been made. So I went to the police station some days ago with the parents after I gave the officer another call. He and his colleague, they always work with two, explained to me what the outcome was going to be of every choice I could make. So basically, I could do three things. 1, charge her. 2, ignore it and let it be. 3, give her a formal warning. Now, obviously, I wasn't going for 2. That would be kind of dumb considering the anxiety she gave me for an entire night, but I also didn't choose number 1. Now, before you kill me for not going with the charge, please let me explain why. The officer explained to me that considering her record is very clean, some vehicle issues only, the charge wouldn't give me what I wanted, which is a sentencing. He told me that if I brought this case to court, the maximum she would get is a couple thousands in psychological damage thingy. I don't remember what it's called. That money she doesn't have would eventually be paid by the parents. I would have never taken that money. If she could pay for it by herself, your girl would be drowning in money now. Then he explained what a formal warning is. They would knock on her door and tell her that the victim, me, had complained. All the complaints, racist slurs, death threats, will now be on her record under official warning or something. As soon as somebody else decides to charge her with similar things, that official warning will aggravate, if that's the right term, her charge, and adding them up would most likely end up in a prison sentence. That is what I want. Now, since Karens most likely don't change their behavior for authorities, she will eventually dig her own grave by forgetting her official warning. The parents 100% supported this decision. I'm giving it some months and let karma do her work. Now that everybody has to wear a mask outside, I will just take a guess and say that she will probably fight some poor retail worker over the mask, as Karens have been doing since the beginning of this pandemic. Police will be called and boom, an arrest. If she happens to get arrested, I will of course post another update. Oh, and the girls just started school and guess what? They went with blue highlights. Mwahaha. And this story is posted by /The Forgotten Cook. Entitled Aunt tried to use my parents to steal from me. Now, I honestly never thought that my parents would be stupid to be caught like this. They've never done anything like this, my other siblings, but hey, this incident happened because my aunt decided to lie and try to steal from me. So a few years back, I moved out of the family home and I bought my own home. Nice little place I could call my own and do my own crazy ideas that I couldn't really get away with. Naturally, I had given my parents a spare key just in case there was an emergency or I forgot to return something. Now, after a while of living on my own and saving a few quid here and there, I managed to get my gaming room and nerd cave all set up. Me and my old man built a custom desk so I could have my Xbox, my computer, and my Switch. It's not a fancy setup like I've seen online, but I love it. Even more that, the desk is mine. There are a few wobbly cuts, paint's not dry like I thought it would, but it's perfect to me. So naturally, after finishing it and testing it, making sure that things were in reach when I sat down, I had to show off. So a few pictures taken and shared online, because the internet is mainly for bragging and showing off. I had a message from my aunt saying that as I am an adult, I shouldn't be playing silly games and that I should give her kids the Switch. Naturally, I said no, but I promised if I got bored with it, I would message her offering the first chance to buy it. I don't think she approved as she left me on read. That all happened at the start of the year, but then pandemic hit and I thought nothing more of it. Now, after most of the year being on furlough, restrictions are easing off and I'm back at the office working. The other day, I get a phone call from my mom. She's at my place with my auntie to pick up the Switch I had promised to my cousins. Now, I had let a friend of mine borrow it because him and his wife was thinking about one and wanted to try it. I told Mom, just wait, I'm finishing in a few minutes and I'll be there. I get home and sure enough, I see Mom's car and Auntie's car. I burst through the door and make Mom and Auntie jump. Me looking at my aunt. What do you bloody think you're doing here? Aunt, I'm here for that Switch. You said I could have it. Me, I said if I get rid of it, then I'll sell it to you. Mom, you told me you bought it off of him. Me, well, it ain't here. Aunt, well, I'll take the other thing. I started walking to her before Mom calmed me down. Me, get out now, and I never want to see your face here. If I do, I'm phoning the police. Aunt quickly left, and Mom started apologizing to me and told me how Aunt said she bought it off me, but was said that you two were struggling to organize a time for her to pick it up. I looked at her, and all I could say was I want my spare key back. Now, I'm being bombarded by my sister, brother, and how I made Mom cry, but I asked him how would you like it if Mom was going through your stuff and giving away your expensive crap. Those were 3 great stories. To hear the best stories of the week, click on the video in the top left-hand corner. To hear more Reddit stories all related to what you just heard, click on the video in the top right-hand corner. If you have not already done so, click on the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner. Once again, this is TNA, Top Notch Audio. Thank you for listening and have yourself a great day.